Welcome, everybody. Tonight we're just going to hang out and work on a couple of little side projects that we're each playing with. Clayton is currently focused on a Blazor CMS app, and he and I are going to work on that a little bit. I also thought that I might show people the side project that I've been working on just for funsies. It's a speaker and community organization user group type landing page in place for finding speakers and places to speak at for technology speakers. So I've made that open source and it's available on GitHub, so we can take a look at that in a little bit. Clayton, you want to share the link to your... Oh wait, yours is not open source, is that right?
Right, mine is private. I mean, anyone watching the stream will be able to see, or anyone that watches the recordings of the streams will be able to, they'll be able to see what's been happening, but in general, it's not open source. It's open development, but not source.
Looks like we've got GA Progman in chat for us. Welcome, appreciate you staying up past your bedtime. And I had VS Code on this machine, but not Visual Studio, so that's my preferred development environment, so I am currently downloading that as well. So Clayton is sharing his screen in his instance of Visual Studio and looking at GitHub project, so the things that we are going to look at. Clayton, you want to just give us a brief intro to what you have so far and what we're picking up from?
Sure. I'll actually go ahead and demo kind of what we already have. So it's a CMS being designed using Blazor, both on the client and the server. Rather, the admin portion and the actual CMS that a user would use is they're both in Blazor. And right now, I've kind of put together some quick spike code to see, kind of proof out everything. And if I go to the client, I have, I have a few helper components. Continue. Oh, I've been signed out. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Okay. Well, that's the admin. It's been a while since I've ran it. Okay. So basically everything is dynamically generated at runtime. So it's going to pull from a data source, dynamically generate the CMS content to display, and stop. The two things that make that work right now are dynamic routing, which is a blatant ripoff of the routing that .NET Core already uses for its web projects, except I added in a section where it is trying to determine the routes. So I added in this get pages method that will go and look at the data source that we have available and use that as the core routing data instead of just the page decorated components. So there are no real components right now, just the magical dynamic component, which I believe I've renamed in another branch, so I'm not going to touch it right here, but and it will just kind of generate the dynamic display on the fly. So let me run it again. Yeah, just don't ask me. Is that new? I've not seen that before.
I don't recall seeing that.
Okay, so that's the admin, and then over here we have the client. Now it's not much to look at right now. Literally just home and a shopping page. My day job, I work for a company that has an online store, so it just was the first thing that popped into head was to have a home and a shopping page. Those pages, as you can see in Pages, don't actually exist. They only exist as part of, where is it, the content service, which right now is when you go and get a page and you get the home page, it's going to get the JSON from the API that we have set up, which is the admin server, I believe. No, where is it? I've forgotten where it is. It's somewhere. Oh, it's probably here. There it is, page controller. So it's going to get the page using the path, which is then going to return back these dummy values that I have just hard-coded in right now. I've created a header model and a component model, or not a component, a header model. Yeah, that is mine. Yeah, component model, and a couple other helper things to kind of build up the page when it's ready. This stuff is going to now get pushed back to... That's why we didn't get any further with the listing of the pages. We didn't have pages to list. This stuff is going to get pushed further back to the admin side, which is where ultimately both the client side server and the admin server are going to pull from the same source in order to get the data for all the pages and update it. Okay, so that's a quick and terrible rundown of what we got so far. So the thing that we were working on the last time that we messed with this at all was on the client. John was working on adding in material library, or Matt. Is it Matt Blazor? Is that what you're using?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay,
It looked like there were two pretty active projects trying to implement Blazor, or trying to implement material design in Blazor, or material UI, the React version, in Blazor. So looks like you've got your choice. Both of them seem to be very active.
I'll stop the thing. I can't wait till they get live reloading going. Let's figure out which one we're actually using. Yeah, Matt Blazor is the one that we're using. My word. Okay, we'll just cross our fingers. It's amazing what happens when you don't open something in a couple months. Okay, we still have 7 updates. Okay, so I guess what we need to tackle today is we need to finish the listing. So we've got to push the data that we've got into a data source that can be shared between the client and the server, or the client and the admin. Yeah, save everything. Okay. And then we can replace these things with the actual data set that we're using. So, I don't want to, although I might have to. I don't really want to use a database unless I have to. But we might be at that point, because I can't think of any other way that the admin can share with the client without using an actual data source of some kind. Can you?
Well, in the project that I've been working on, the speaker project, I started out with just a text file, or had JSON in a document. Could we do that and just have an API serve up just a static JSON file?
We could do that.
And that way
Begs
we
the
can-
question, who would be responsible for providing that JSON file? Although, for the moment,
I don't think it matters right now.
I'll make
if
a...
that's not what what we're working on.
Well, I'm saying, so like both the Blazor CMS server and the Blazor CMS admin server would need access to the same file. So they have to get it from somewhere.
Maybe like a shared.
You want me to just create like a solution item for now?
Yeah. Steve Smith had an interesting solution for that in his clean architecture GitHub repository. So let me look at what he named it. Clean architecture. He's got 4 projects in there, if I remember correctly: a web, core, and infrastructure, and a shared kernel. But I think that's more kind of DDD lingo. So I might just add it as a solution item right now. We can cross that bridge when we have a better understanding of who needs what.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just do this, and I'll say data, and then add a new item. Do they have JSON file? Don't see one. Can I just do looks like I can. Okay, so let's get this stuff transferred over then. No, not yeah. Page controller, and then it's literally just there's a whole bunch of closing things. Okay, so it's going to be that with that junk in it. New? No, not new. Dynamic model we don't care about. Title. There's no title? Okay. Content is a new list. That's right. I want to get rid of that fully namespaced thing.
And of course, if anybody in chat has any questions or wants to say anything or ask anything or critique anything or suggest anything,
Yeah, I'm all
feel
open
free to let
for
us know.
critiques and suggestions. What? Okay, yeah. It's not the smoothest experience right now. Yep, okay, that closes that out, and then instead of that, it would be that. And then yes. Yeah. And then
All right, GA Progman's asking, I was looking at creating a blogging engine in Blazor back in the 0.30 days.
wow.
Would have used Markdown in the document DB backing store. That's interesting. Perhaps you should take it up now that it's GA. Client's GA too now, right?
Yeah. Both the server
and
side
server.
and client side are ready for prod. Child content.
Ooh,
is
and
unarrayed.
tomorrow is the .NET Conf focus on microservices. Is that tomorrow?
Oh, is it? I think I wanted to check that out, but I didn't know. I, forgot about it. What?
I let Clayton tackle the new hotness so that he suffers through all the growing pains, and then once he figures out a good pattern, I'll just use the pattern he uses.
Yeah, well, good thing you never came to Angular. You would have been waiting a while.
Yeah, the 37 release candidates with breaking changes along the way kind of ruined my.
See, for me, it's the fact that the community never came out with an example like you had for
Angular 1, John
Yeah.
Papa's style guide.
Yeah.
That was good. I like that.
And John Papa even talked about it and then basically refused to do it. So it was a little weird.
Well, he was probably busy with his own, day job.
I don't know. I'm sure
I
that
think
there
that was-
are.
That was after he went back to Microsoft, right?
No. He was doing Angular 2 for a few years before he went back to Microsoft.
No.
He was still at the good old Mickey Mouse house, House of Mouse, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and then, but I don't know. I'm sure Angular would work for some enterprise scenarios, but it's awfully bloated for what it is. I'm starting to wonder if these the
Feels like
fact
there's
that
so many virtual events happening. Yeah. I mean, it's a good problem to have that we've got options to join in and watch and learn and grow, but I want to leave the house sometimes.
I don't.
Well, okay, I feel like I should leave the house sometimes. How about that?
Oh, well, maybe, yeah. I have to go to physical therapy. That's enough travel for me.
Yeah, I forgot to call. I need my own physical therapy.
Get out and see the world. Is it?
And then our local code school, Suncoast Developers Guild, I think they're having their first virtual conference on Saturday. So I'm going to try to tune into that.
Does that work? Does all that work? I think that might work. Okay, yeah. I don't know why I was just thinking that I was worried about putting it in JSON format since the client code already works from JSON format. But whatever. Okay. Ooh, I might have to implement some stuff there. We'll figure it out. Okay. So that is in content JSON in the data. I'll worry about the client in a minute, but let's see if we can get the admin to do this. So add controller, API controller empty.
And I just left a virtual meetup for React Tampa Bay. Was it there? No, it was earlier. I was in Twitch stream chat that somebody mentioned that they had just participated in an NDC React session. So
Content
yeah, all kinds of stuff going on.
Okay, so we need. I guess we need a. We're gonna need similar.
Oh, each virtual event is using, like, one uses Zoom, one uses Teams, or something like that. That was me taking off my socks, if anybody was wondering.
Google's got a team sharing thing too now, doesn't it? Or they were working on it or something.
Well, they had Circles or whatever that was.
Yeah, that went down in a blaze of glory.
And then they had what was the other thing that they also took down?
Reader. One ticked me off.
Yeah, Reader set you off for, you boycotted Google for 3 years or something.
Something like that.
Hangouts, Google Hangouts. That's what I was thinking of.
It's not gone, but it's gimped out. Like, it doesn't work very well anymore, I think. Get.
Oh, you haven't turned on treat warnings as errors.
No, because it's all spike code right now. So get. I guess we need to get pages. In the.
And for anyone following along at home, I have installed Visual Studio and it requires a reboot.
Good times.
Jerks.
So for. I think for the title card, we're going to have to take it down to just the name for right now. Or the title, rather.
Amazon has a sharing platform with streaming something, grouping. It's late. What are we talking about?
Tag, model, attributes, child content. Is that the same? Title, content, what?
I don't think we should have child content.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. You were talking about content.
Why is that open? What is this? Oh, it's a dynamic page model. That's what we need to be operating on. Where is the dynamic page model? It's at the bottom of the thing. Okay. Well, that needs to be somewhere shared.
Likely.
That looks funny. Come back over here. Really?
Amazon product is called Chime. Use one app for all your communication.
Can we get that for TV? I want like Netflix and Hulu and all the 15 other TV
I mean, we had
services
that.
to be.
It was cable television, and that wasn't good enough.
No. But I only want to pay for the things I'm interested in.
Yep. Sorry.
As opposed to these big stupid packages.
Nope. You're gonna have to sign up for all the things individually.
Okay, so we're gonna need.
All right, fine.
Yeah, that's kind of a lie.
And I should probably.
Okay, so this Blazor shared here is somehow going to have to be shared with the admin. But not really.
Yeah, all the other apps that do the same thing. Yeah. Teams and Slack and Zoom and all the other apps that also take all your RAM.
SQL Server? What?
Well, it needs it for the data, for
Um,
your data.
or what is it? MongoDB like literally takes all of your RAM. It doesn't care how much data it actually needs to store.
Nice.
It's one of those, isn't it?
Buffer is deprecated due to security and usability issues. Huh.
Okay, let's recreate some of this over there. So we have... Well, I mean, I can just do that, I suppose. Model is an object. That's gonna be fun to work with.
Wonder if it's done. Are you complete? Did you finish?
How... Fetch page. Give me that. Content service, get page.
So I saw the .NET Core podcast is experiencing record downloads. Is that right?
Is it what?
This podcast.
Oh. Type, get type. We're going to get the type from the tag. Then we're going to get the property of the model. We're going to get the type from that. But if we can't do that, what if we might have to get crazy on the server or on the admin side? Okay, all we actually need right now to list the pages is the is these things. That's all we need. Yeah, we can get crazy later. So I'm gonna. Why is there so much space? Do that. Okay. So now we've got these things. And they all are happy. Okay. So for the server, in its controller, for the content controller, it's going to have a public action result, task of action result. Fix yourself. Get okay, this is probably going to be a bad idea later, but for right now, it'll work.
So he's asking, you mentioned that, or I mentioned that warnings is errors and isn't turned on because it's a spike in paid closed source work. What is your process for going from spike to non-spike? Well, and I'll warn you that Clayton is not one to model yourself because he goes to extremes. But I'll go ahead and let you answer, and then I'll.
Well,
Making fun
my
of you.
my process would be to write unit tests and refactor the spike so that so that the unit test can properly test it. Then once it's tested, then it would not be spike code to me anymore. And then after also it's unit tested, then I could turn on warnings as errors, and I would feel confident that whatever I did to fix those warnings or errors didn't break any of the code.
I'm actually very surprised by that answer, because in previous years you would have said, I would throw it away and start over by test drive.
Yeah, and you've seen me on a whiteboard. I'll write the complete answer to the problem, and then I will erase it. But I have learned over the years that sometimes I write code that I can't reproduce. So I now I'm just going to write tests, which I've actually started in another branch. We're just not focusing on that today, so focus on that some other time. Okay, so
And
we need
that's
to.
more or less the way I would do it too, is try the spike. I typically, with or without tests, I write basically the same type of code that I would vice versa. So I would write it with testability in mind, at least. I might do things more cheaply and easily to get a spike going, and then do a better job once I followed up with okay, now this is good enough. But since I turned on errors as warnings, I haven't turned it back off. So at least as I'm going, I'm addressing any issues that it's picking up for me.
How do we get a file? I'm pulling a blank here. Is it file system dot? There we go. File info, and then we need a path, right? Yeah, the path.
It sounds like we could just fork his 030 version and use the markdown files.
Then I'd have to make everything in Markdown.
What's wrong with markdown?
Does Markdown support complex objects? It's basically represents itself as HTML, doesn't it? Like it's a direct translation to HTML things. Or it's app domain dot current domain dot base directory plus. Okay, now how are we gonna get? You know what? I just need to say properties, and then I need to say oh, you can't copy to place. Maybe that's the wrong or bad place to have it. Let's copy it into no. Okay. Oh, okay. I can't copy the folder. Oh, well, there's a data folder. We'll just copy it into the data folder on the. Get down. No. What are you doing? Did I do that? Okay, we'll copy it there.
I'm not
there.
connected to your live share anymore.
Why not?
Because I had to close some other stuff for other stuff that I'm installing that I needed on this computer. As long as the tests prove that the code does what it says it does, you don't necessarily have to do TTD all the time. Working code, even if it's only good enough, is better than scrapping the entire code base and starting again. That's fair. Like I said, I've been doing testing so long and TDD as well as possible for myself, not for others. That I more or less write the same code regardless.
Copy.
Because I think I've trained myself to follow the process that I've made a habit of, good or bad.
Come on now.
Yeah, and I've always found that scrapping it's hard to do. Like Clayton, I can't rewrite the same thing.
Okay, so that's gonna get me. Data file dot creates a stream reader with UTF encoding that reads from an existing type. Nope. It's just going to be open read. Okay, so now I want to read that var file stream equals. Oh, this would be like using var file stream
Oh, right.
Why is there never a drain async?
Rum?
There's
Why is all the
no
rum gone?
description. Why isn't there just read as string? Like, that's all I want. But I've got to read it as a byte array and then convert it to a string, I think. Okay, it's mad at me because it needs the byte array, so var buffer, it's not a var, it's a byte array, buffer equals empty array. I'm doing JavaScript over here. Non-capital. File stream is read a buffer. Is there any options here? The token. It's not gonna read the whole thing, is it? A task represents async read operation that wraps the total number of bytes read into the buffer. The result can be less than the number of bytes requested if the number of bytes currently available is less than the requested number, or it can be 0 if the end of the stream has been reached. Offset count. Offset. Let's just see what happens if I just do that. Is it going to read the whole thing in?
Probably.
Oh, wait. No. But you're async. It says awaitable. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. Oh, yeah, because we're not returning a thing yet. Let's just return. No. Okay, good, there. Okay, so here it's still gonna be bytes though. I need to convert. I need to do encoding dot Vert. Source encoding. No. Converts an entire byte array from one encoding to another. That's not what I want. I want UTF-8 dot get string, and then buffer. So var JSON string, and, well, and then I need to JSON parse that string. But I'm gonna run it and put a thing. Oh no, so I gotta call get pages somehow. Let's do that from. You gonna live share again?
Yep. Let me jump in.
I mean, I'm coding on a wing and a prayer here. Nope. 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 It's, okay, that's gone because that was not gonna work. Client pages. So, okay, we need to pull just like we do here, not there. Just like we do here. Okay. Get page. Yeah, that. So
My mouse is gonna die.
did we get aged? No. The await operator can only be used. Oh, yeah. I don't really care if it comes back. Object reference is required for non-static. That's my page. What? Oh, that's okay. We're in the wrong spot. Protected. Override. Uninitialized async. Yeah, except for we just do get async. And we don't need that. Okay, so it's going to be man. Okay. Yep. Page controller. And then details path. So it's not going to be that. It's going to be content controller. So it's going to be /API/content. Oh, yeah. HTTP get. Come on. Get. And then it's going to be constant pages. There, that should execute it. There. There we go. That's ugly. Okay, but whatever. Go down. That's probably the problem. There we go. Okay. So that's going to call, hopefully, this controller, which is then going to run this code. And I got a breakpoint right there so that we should see the JSON string. And then as long as the JSON string is what we want, then we can parse it somehow into a thing. Okay, that's not the page I care about. That is. That's not what? 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 Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Okay. What are you looking? What are you seeing? What are you experiencing?
Well, for one, it keeps doing that. Okay, so the, not that. Where? Oh, it's over here. CMS. Oh, that's home. Let's go pages. There we go. Name. Okay. It should. Ah. Unhandled exception. Authorization message. Send async. Thoughts? Access token not available. Oh.
Wait, where are you?
Oh, I just went to fetch data. But there's no authorized attribute on. Like, I don't care about the token at this point. It's just a standard. You know, like it's just a standard page with a standard API endpoint, but it's saying that. Now, if I come over here, I'm calling an endpoint. I'm not getting any problems. What have I done in one place that I haven't done in the other place? Okay. Okay, so on the client, in dynamic layout, it uses the content service. The content service calls this. You know what? I'll bet. Well, no, this has auth set up. We didn't comment it out, did we? No. Use identity server, use authentication, use authorization. HTTP titles, HTTP. Specifically, this is the one that's working. So, API controller, route, blah, 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 HTTP get, details path, public IAction result. And I guess I could make it not a task, but it has to be a task, right? Because of what it's doing. Okay, well, I mean, they're backwards, but... Oh, come on.
That doesn't matter.
I know. I'm just... Oh, wait, what?
Wait, what?
Why is that twice?
Why is what twice?
The HTTP GET was on 2 lines at the same time
Oh,
for
nice.
some reason.
Oh, you can never be too careful.
Yeah. I mean, it's effectively the same, though, right?
I don't understand it. No, sure not.
Okay. I guess we compare this with this one. They should be exactly the same. I mean,
Oh, I didn't say. Okay.
looks the same to me. Yeah, literally no difference. So... Oh, maybe. Well, no. The heck was going on there? If I do that, not that. Okay. So come back to the content controller. We're just going to turn OK JSON string. Now it's an OK object result. Try it again. Oh, I just saw your question there. I will try that in a second if this doesn't work. It shouldn't be using like an actual JWT at the moment. I haven't actually done anything to get one. I know I've had this trouble with one of the .NET Core apps I've been working on, though, where it's just like, oh, you need thing. Yeah, it's broken still. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Postman. Leave me alone. And then APIs. Come on now. You can do it. Slash content. Wow. Look at the, witness the raw power. Content slash pages. Just stop it. File not found exception. Could not find file. Okay, well, I'm actually okay with that. Maybe that's the error. Shouldn't that have triggered a thing? I have a breakpoint. Oh, well, of course my breakpoint's not working. Why's my breakpoint not working? I blame John.
Probably. It's because you're live sharing?
You got me. Okay, so that's not scope, so we don't want base directory then, I guess. We want some other kind of directory. And it clearly doesn't know what a breakpoint is. Yeah, it's not loading symbols for some reason. Okay. All right. Not base directory. Dot. Is there a dynamic directory? Gets the directory that the assembly resolver uses to probe for dynamically created assemblies.
The error message looks like it says something about trying to render a component with the name. Is that empty string? Or a period? Could that be it?
How's the what?
What was the error message?
In Postman or in Postman, it's saying that it can't find that path.
So because it couldn't find the file, it would have returned an empty string. Thinks that's the issue because WebAssembly exception was trying to render a component without a name.
Well, it's this line right here is blowing up. Line 16.
Right.
It's unable to find the but I've got this thing here. And if I go and look at this app domain base directory. Aha. Let's try something like that instead. Nothing like stealing from some stuff that you stole from work. Or I stole some stuff that I used at work, and now I'm stealing from work. I guess. However you want to look at it. But I am using System.io. No, I guess, okay, never mind. Visual Basic, well, that's the problem. You see that? The using statement on line 4? I was using Visual Basic. That's why nothing worked.
Sure, why not?
Okay, so there's only going to be one file. We're only expecting one file. Oh, but it's a string. Oh, so we have to get the... What? Returns the name of files, including their... Oh, okay. So now... Goodness. Hello. Directory, file... Now do I have to use the Visual Basic? I don't want to use the Visual Basic. Get file system entries. Returns the names of all the... No. So I could have swore it was like directory, do some stuff, file, do some stuff. Is it not file? Nope. But nope. Fine. I'll use Visual Basic.
Apologies for being you're a few minutes behind. Well, it's because you're all the way across the ocean. And it's well past bedtime over there, right?
That's the wrong Visual Basic.
There's a right one.
File. Yeah. See, all right, somebody explain that to me. There is a system.io.file, but when I type file, it has no idea what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Stupid. Yep. Nope. Needs the whole thing. Okay, gotta get that. Do that. And now it's not mad at me again. Now we try Postman. Ooh. Ooh. 1 second, I'll try that. I like what you're putting down. Index was out. Well, that's good.
Yeah, Clayton spent the last few years in JavaScript land, so he's a little rusty.
I didn't know file system stuffs anyway.
Have you
You're
done
not-
much
you're not
.NET
him.
Core?
Not a whole lot. I made the brilliant decision to get out of .NET Core right when get files search pattern. Let me just do star.
Right when it started.
Right when .NET Core came out, or right before .NET Core came out. So it's all okay. So you said IO abstractions, and then you said there's an open text. And then it still gets a stream reader, but it's going to be a stream of text instead of that. And then dot read to end async, and that's going to give me back a task of string. I like you. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, assuming I get back the thing that I'm after, which I'm not even going to bother with it. Can I do... we'll just see what happens. Be done by now if I'd unit tested it. Well, no, I'd still be thinking about how to unit test it. Hey, hey, hey. That's not what I wanted. Am I getting logging info? Seriously though, why am I getting that?
That's your app setting. What kind of file did you?
I did .json, so I guess that makes sense. So, okay, so now I've got to find the right one. I'm getting a whole array of them back, that's better than getting nothing back, which is what I was getting a few seconds ago. Okay, so we've got to, instead of just grabbing the first one, we've got to say, Well, but I think that base directory thing is the problem. I really do just want content JSON. It's not going to be, I mean, I can put it in the base directory, I suppose, for now, since this is just trying to get something to work. Instead of the data, we'll just put it here. There. Fine. And then I'll go back to 0 here. Okay. Last time. Hopefully it works. Hey, yay! We got what we expected. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. So now that's the stuff we're getting back from the server. So I guess since it's already JSON, at least for the moment, I don't have to translate it into anything. I can just send back that. Super dirty, but that's fine. Instead of this, it's it's a list of dynamic page model. Good, work with me. Really? Okay, so we gotta grab that, and I guess, am I gonna have to include list, or can you do using system dot collections generic. Is that cannot await method group. Oh well. There we go. Do I need this? No. Okay, good. Then I'm just gonna do this. Where'd you go? Pages, shared, layout. No. Where's... Oh, wrong place. Imports. There we go. Pages. There we go. Okay, so we should be good. So we could say, one on here. Cars, except for it wouldn't be cars anymore, it would be pages. And okay, so we can just wipe that out, and then it would be I list of dynamic page model pages cassette set. Might as well make it that.
Data file first contains content or similar. You see that?
Is it what?
Data file dot first anonymous function contains content.
Where are you? Where?
In chat.
Oh yeah. I could do that. I could, but it's just super dirty right now.
Fair.
Pages. It doesn't like that. Oh, cause yeah. Page list. Okay, so for it wouldn't be name, it would be title and title. Page list. Okay, now, with any luck, we should be able in the admin to go to the pages page and see a listing of the 2 pages that exist. Although one of them is going to have an empty title. I'll fix that in a second. In this case, it does sort of mean that it's working at the moment, and so I just want to leave it alone. But also, it's not going to live in its current state for very long.
Don't touch documents.
Yeah, don't touch documents. Come on, you can do it.
Here.
Just need a little persuasion. Okay. Pages. Title. Yeah. That works. Not at all. Okay. It should have gotten string empty string dot null, or is string is null or empty? Null or empty, then home, otherwise context.title. Okay. That should have done something.
I'm just here for moral support at this point.
What, you?
Yeah.
You paying attention? You could help out.
A little bit. I'm playing with GitHub actions and contributors and stuff.
Well, as soon as I can get this page listing to actually show the 2 titles that we want to see, then come on. And oh. Well, now what are we getting here?
Kablooey!
We're back to that again? This is the authorization and access token thing.
Do you?
It doesn't need. It just
Can you
it doesn't
throw
need.
anonymous on it and be done with it.
I guess.
Allow anonymous.
Content controller. Just like the other one is working. I wonder. Well, no, because I can't construct these on the other side. That one doesn't have anything. And the client isn't isn't doing anything special for that. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Let's try it again. Of course there were. Why is it doing that? I bet it's probably live share.
Sure, blame me.
Not you, just live share.
No, I hear you.
All right, have a good rest, whatever you can get of it.
Enjoy. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see. Let's add file.
Why is it just spinning its wheels? That part is working. It's got to be here, and of course, it's not loading symbols still. So no breakpoint's gonna help anything. Oh, who? Okay, so I think I'm going to have to set up a process for shipping DLLs as part of this CMS. So
I remember Andre talking about that.
well, I'm in like for the admin to send a DLL to the client so that the client can render all the things, or for the client to send a DLL to the admin, however that whichever one ends up in control. I mean, they can be. I can have a shared project, but eventually, when these things split and they become their own solutions, or if a service company is running the admin side, but one of their clients has installed the NuGet package for the client and is just running that part, there's got to be a way to get all of the objects to and from the different services.
Right.
Or at least the model definitions. Actually, I guess, yeah, that's all that really needs to happen is you need to have a model definition on the admin so that it understands when somebody wants to add a header. It needs to know that the model looks like this so it can display the appropriate editing tools. Why spin so long? Yeah, that's working fine. Look, the second I hit F12, it's like, oh, that's right, you wanted to run. Whatever. Pages. And boom. Unhandled exception, rendering component emptiness.
Can you? I can start paying attention now. Can you step through what's going on?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Like not just because LiveShare is doing something to make it so that I can't step through, but also we're early enough in the process that you can't actually hit the breakpoints in Blazor.
Right. Okay.
There's nothing here though.
Was there a line number or anything?
No. Oops. Hey,
in the stack trace?
Nope.
Perfect.
And if I comment this out, I would expect for this page to run just fine. So it's got to be something happening here. I just don't know what. Don't get that at all. Yeah, so it didn't blow up at all there. Obviously there's nothing displaying, but it didn't blow up. Okay, so what if instead of page list, I just go var content, and instead of a list of dynamic page model, maybe I needed to be an I list, but let's try. Golly, come on. Just try to get it as a string to start. There's the exception if you want to look at it. It doesn't say a whole lot.
Okay.
And if
here's
I go
here's a closed blog post or closed issue. That's what you're seeing.
1 second. Come on. Did you put it in chat or something?
In your Blazor client, add scoped. Do you have the provider? Here's another, maybe another useful thing.
Hey, there it is.
Okay.
That be the thing right there. Okay. So I've got to do those. So at some point I figured this out and then forgot that I'd figured it out.
Ta-da!
Hey, we got 2 viewers again?
I don't know. The count's always off for that thing.
Well, but it went down to 1, now it's back up to 2 with the same Progman. Okay, let's
Maybe
try. Yeah, maybe.
We'll help you sleep. It's fine.
He laid down to go to bed, and then the alarm went off. Well, since I'm up, might as well watch these 2 fools try to program. The provided content type is not supported. The supported types are application JSON and the structured. Okay.
How?
No. That's expected. Because I did this. I understand what that's telling me. Now we try again.
You need to specify the content type, or it'll infer that.
The only content type it allows, because I'm doing get from JSON, is JSON.
Okay. Right. See, folks, there are stupid questions.
Of course. Now what? But
I told you. Not a stupid question.
It's because. Okay. Right. I know. Yeah. I don't. Can you do that? I don't think you can do that. There's. Oh, well, object value. So I need to send, instead of okay, I need to send a. Object result. New object result. And that result. Come on. Result dot content types equals dot clear string. Let's try that. Jam it down its throat. I hate the thing with the stuff. It needs to be at the bottom. It should always be at the bottom. Hey. Hey.
Ta-da!
Well, I mean, look at all the r/n. It's hilarious.
Sure.
So it's probably still busted from that, but I don't think I'm trying to use it right this second. Yes. So I need to say, not string, I need to say list of dynamic page model and page list equals that. And then we try again. I've only got 2 warnings. Oh, they're not even having to do with my code. They're having to do with the .NET code that I copied.
Why is that? Huh.
Of course. The JSON value could not be converted to a list of dynamic pad with the byte position stuff. Okay, so it's bad JSON. That's acceptable. Okay, so do I need to convert the JSON string to? Is there like a system.text.json dot?
What are you trying to do? Serialize or something?
No, I need it to be. I need to turn it into. What's this do? Provides methods to transform UTF-8 or UTF-16 encoded text into a format that is suitable. No. So it is a JSON string that I need converted provides a high-performance API to forward-only, read-only access to UTF-8 encoded JSON text. For forward-only, read-only access. What? Okay, let's try that. Dot. Nope. Okay, so new reader. Okay, fine. Var reader.
Is someone working at your company and sending out messages?
Yeah.
9:40.
I can't seem to get them to stop. But JSON doesn't have comments. Okay. Why is nothing simple? Oh, I'm gonna have to pack it in a minute anyway.
Yeah.
C#. Convert string to JSON object. Jobject.parse. Are these... What year is it? Oh, that was a while ago.
What?
Yeah, that's Newton Soft. Now we could deserialize. Dynamic page model. Yep. No.
What you trying to do?
Oh, where's is it? JSON dot no.
JSON serializer.deserialize. Is that what you're trying to do, or serialize?
Yeah. Serialize.
Serialize with your brackets. Or actually, you don't need it. It doesn't need to know. You don't need. No, it doesn't. That's not a. Yep. And then the result inside it, or JSON string inside. And then await that if you want to.
I want a stream.
You don't need to serialize async. Just serialize it.
Why? Okay.
Unless you want to serialize async the file stream itself.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yep.
Okay, and then that's gonna output a what?
Well, you can create a new JSON result
Oh, I need
instead
to
of a new object
deserialize.
result. Do you want to create a new JSON result instead of a object result?
Oh,
Or
is that a
just
thing?
JSON result type? Yeah. And then you're done.
Oh well, you could have told me that a few minutes ago.
I told you I'm not really paying attention. Sorry. But I got some good stuff done on my stuff.
Well, that's good. I appreciate the help.
I told you I'm here for moral support.
All you're doing is making me feel morally inferior, or superior, or I don't know. I don't feel good.
Morally?
Yeah, I don't know. You said moral support.
And look, all your tests passed.
Yeah, all the ones that aren't covering any of this code. I don't even think there's tests at this point. Tests are in a different branch. That's when you just hit the refresh button and see what happens.
Yeah, I taught my son turn it off and back on again today. The TV wigged out. So it can't deserialize.
Yeah,
Is that
but
right?
this is at least. Yeah, and I think I know why. I think we have to go to. Where is it? Here. I don't think this should have an actual effect, though, should it? And I straight up copied the here in a second. I'm gonna try. We'll try this, and then I'm gonna try removing the removing everything except for title, and seeing what that does. If we had just made a database, it'd be done by now. The JSON value cannot be converted to generic list of dynamic page model. Path, $, line number 0, byte position. If I go to network and I look at pages, it's those are the problem. None of that should be there. What? None of that should be there either. Why is it doing that?
Can I see the code again?
Keep- Not that one. This one. This is the code that is putting the data all together to send it down.
That's a file stream. Read into async.
Put a breakpoint here. Let's see
Can,
what
can
it.
we?
Yep. So, can we what?
I don't know yet.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do what I was thinking then, and then you can do what you're thinking, or I can do what you're thinking. I don't know. I'm trying to hit a breakpoint. Now that you're not in the share. Oi. Yeah, that got super ugly. Why is it doing that? Oh, it wants an object value, not a string.
Instead of JSON result, can you return JSON of value JSON string? Sorry, yeah. No, I mean new JSON of is JSON not a thing?
Come on. Can you return OK of JSON string? Instead of action result of string, just OK. That makes it an OK object result.
But if you specify that the method produces application JSON, produces,
It's
quote,
gonna
produces.
it's gonna try to it's going to try to convert the string as an object to JSON, which is what the JSON result was doing. Now, if I could get the string, which is JSON, converted to an object, then I don't think I would have any issues.
Can you just return content of the file? try instead of new OK result, just and new, remove new as well. Application JSON. What's that?
Content type. Okay, let's try that. Okay, that gave me something that looks like what I want.
Hooray!
Well, oh, something about integrity.
We don't need any of that.
Hey, Woot.
Ah!
We got somewhere.
See what happens when I pay attention and we work together. You have free Azure advisory recommendations. One of those that you need to turn off all your crap.
All right, so we got that. So those objects converted correctly Okay, so next time we need to turn this into these might as well be cards like this. Right?
Yep.
So they can just be cards that say they're the home and shop, yada yada yada. You pick one. When you click on it, it'll go to an edit page, which will be to view the details and to modify them. Maybe. I mean, at least look at the details, I guess. Okay. Something happened. And that is good.
We calling it?
Yeah.
Or you want to keep going?
No, I need to go to bed.
Okay.
I'm too old to stay up late. I'm not old enough where I can stay up till 4 a.m. because I got nothing better to do. Team Explorer. It's not even that, but whatever. Changes. Proper page. Listing mechanics. Still needs UI completion. Sync. Whoosh. GitHub code. Yeah, create pull request. Yep, create pull request. Merge it. Confirm the merge. It's the worst that could happen. Okay, merged. That should have kicked off an action. And we'll find out if everything works. Oh, and I'm gonna have to modify that next time.
What's that?
To see if Linux will work now. Because right now it's a Windows build instead of a Linux build.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I've got mine going. We're doing good.
Yours is building with Linux?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, then mine should work. Fingers crossed. Why it takes so long.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll go into the build and watch it. You can click on the.
Huh?
You can click on the thing. Yeah.
Oh.
So the whole. Yeah. With the stuffs, and then build. Click on the build on the left, and you can watch it. I added you as a contributor on Speaker Meet, UI and API.
Yeah. Do you got a project set up with work items yet? Things that need to be done?
I have a project. I created a project. But
Well, if you want me to review a PR, I can. But unless there's tasks that I could pick up, I'm probably not going to do much in there because.
yeah, no, that's fine. No, I wouldn't expect you to do anything unless we were live streaming and coding like this.
Okay.
I've been working on this all evening for the past couple of weeks because why not?
I've noticed. I see your commits.
Nice. Yeah,
I need to start doing some of that with this.
I updated the repos to add the all contributor specification, so now our little faces show up. The music is fuzzy,
What do you mean?
or maybe that's my fan.
I mean, I'm running the ceiling fan and the floor fan right now, so because we're not doing podcasts, so I don't care if there's super clean audio.
Okay, whatever.
Hey, build succeeded. So if I go here, oh yeah,
Oh, and
she's a
did you see
passing.
Also, the here, tell me if the logo's still fuzzy.
Oh, yeah, I saw you said that it shouldn't be anymore.
I know that
Nope,
you've got the
looks good.
4K monitors. So.
You can just say open image in new tab. Yep, nope, nice and clear, even when you scroll all the way in.
Yep. Not bad for $10. $10 on Fiverr. Make this an SVG. Okay. You see
Oh, yeah.
Did you see what happened to when you zoomed in and hit the media query breakpoint?
Oh, sort of.
Control Shift T. See, now it's just that part of the logo.
Just meat.
Yep. Ta-da.
Cool.
And Azure Search.
It does look nice. It's a pretty site. I'm not good at the pretty.
Neither am I. That's why Fiverr is so important.
Oh, you got somebody to design the layout?
Yep.
I've not had the best luck with that kind of stuff. Okay, well, anyway, so that's finished. Things are happening. That's all good. So I'm going to close out the stream.
All right. For anybody hanging around, appreciate all of the activity. Appreciate the support. If anybody wants to jump on and help out on any of the other projects, then let us know. Otherwise, we'll be back on Monday for another live stream of the podcast. And if all goes well, next Wednesday for live coding in the evening. So until then, folks, if you need us for anything, reach out on Twitter. We're always available. Have a good night.
See ya.